Hello, I'm Dr. March, and for today, we will demonstrate the basic procedure in doing composite restoration. So first of all, we have our typodont tooth, our model, with preparation. Please take note that when you're working on your typodont or the tooth, using composite restoration, you should bevel the cavosurface margin. So you can see here in the class 4 preparation, sharp ito sharp. So hindi pa naka-bevel. So you use your burr paside para mag-bevel yung sharp cavosurface margin. Same at the back. Bevel din yung cavosurface margin. Okay? Why do I have the matrix here? So that when you're doing the preparation, class 4 or even class 3, you do not damage the adjacent tooth, which is very important. Okay? Again, when you're doing composite resin restoration, you have to bevel the cavosurface margin to give more surface area to etch, meaning you will have more surface area for retention. Okay. So this is your etchant. Where is our etchant? Ito. Our etchant is composed of phosphoric acid, usually 37% to 50% phosphoric acid. Okay. We etch the enamel to create resin tags. Okay. And the resin tags is where your resin or the bonding agent would get in for retention. Okay, so that is your phosphoric acid. And then we also have our bonding agent. You have several generations of bonding agent. If you have read, we have the 4th generation bonding agent. Pag 4th generation, mag-etch ka muna. Etch. Magpa-primer, tapos magba-bonding agent. 4th generation, 1, 2, 3. Pagka 5th generation, mag-etch ka muna, tapos yung kaninang primer at saka bonding agent magkasama na sa isang bottle. So, yun yung 5th generation bonding agent. Sa 6th generation naman, kanina, hiwalay yung etchant, bonding agent, and primer. Sa 6th generation, etchant and primer are together. No rinse anymore. Tapos, you have bonding agent separate. Then for the 7th generation bonding agent, lahat na yung tatlo magkakasama. Okay? So when you choose your bonding agent, you make sure your bonding agent is volatile. Okay. It easily wets the surface. This is an example of the bonding agents that we had. Imagine kung ganito naka-brown yung bonding agent mo, no? Tapos ilalagay mo sa ngipin. Okay. Usually, your bonding agents have acetone so that it easily evaporates. Okay. So, we will start. So, this is class 5. Asan na? Class 5. We will start etching. So when you etch the tooth, ideally on the enamel, excess lang ng 0.5 millimeters. Okay. Then you wait for around 10 to 15 seconds. Then you will wash with wet cotton pellet So, naka-ready na yung cotton pellet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hindi na naka-focus. And then you wash with wet cotton pellet. Then you dry with dry cotton pellet. Dok, wag galaw ng galaw, nahihilo yung audience. Okay? Then you dry with dry cotton pellet. Bakit hindi mo i-air dry? Pag in-air blast mo, open yung dentinal tubules, it would cause post-operative sensitivity. What you want to see here in your tooth is a frosted glass appearance. Okay, frosted glass appearance. Moist, but not wet. Moist, but not wet. Of course, you cannot see that in the typodont, but in actual patient, you can see that. So for today, we'll be utilizing the 5th generation bonding agent. It's the primer and your bonding agent in one. And this is your dispensing, paki-focus po ng maayos. Dispensing dish. Shake the bottle before dispensing. Place 1 drop on the dish. And you may use your micro brush. Labas na akong micro brush dito kanina eh. Either this one or this one. Pwede rin. Okay. I will use this one. Pwedeng i-bend ng konti. Huwag pumalikot yung kamay. Tapos ganyan. Ayan. 2 coats of bonding agent. Para pag unang coat mo, may na-miss ka, the second coat would cover the bubbled area. And then, you will gently air dry. Gently. Wag malakas, wag ganun. Kailangan gently air dry lang. You want to evaporate the solvent, so only the active ingredient will stay. Okay, pag okay na, gently air dry. Then you light cure for around 10 seconds to 15 seconds. When you light cure, if it's less than 10 millimeter away from the tooth, you will need kahit mga 10 seconds lang. Pag ang layo-layo ng light cure machine mo, you would need more seconds. Okay? So yan, na-light cure na. You make sure it's not contaminated with saliva. And for today, we'll be using A1 shade. So ideally, pag typodont, yun A1. Ang mga deciduous teeth, A1. Pero usually permanent teeth, mga A2, A3, kasi mas yellowish na siya. So here, get a small amount of the composite. Cover, then plug it in. What I like about this product, packable siya. Tapos tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. Carefully remove the excess. Tap, 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 tap. Carefully remove the excess. We do not light cure until nakita mo na wala nang sobra. Okay, pag may sobra, i-remove. I-remove. And then tap, 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 tap again. To make the surface smooth, you may use your micro brush. To just smoothen the surface. Yung micro brush that you used a while ago with a little bit of the adhesive. Tap, 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 tap. Okay, if you're sure that there's no more excess, let's check once more. Pag wala na excess, then it's a time you like your. Gusto ko pa i-smoothen. Okay, wait. So, pag na-smoothen mo na siya, na-remove na excess, it would give you less time for your restoration. Okay? Sige, let's cure. Idikit muna. Ayan, bago pindutin. Okay, do not look directly to the blue light. If you have the orange eye shield, that's better. Okay, so now you will ask the patient to try to feel the restoration with the tongue, and then pagka may konting gaspang, pa-polish lang natin with our polishing disc. So dito sa ating polishing disc, meron mga different colors yan. Ito, naubos na. Uy, hindi nakafocus. Okay, you have the mandrel. This is disposable, supposedly. Yan, disposable yan, ha? This is your mandrel. Okay. So you start first with the coarse color. Ito orange at yellow na lang natira. So I'll start with the orange. Tapos yellow yung fine. So when you use your polishing disc, dapat feather-like touches lang. Hindi yung parang nagbabarena. Feather-like touches. Even when you're using your high-speed handpiece, dapat feather-like touches lang. Okay? Let me just share with you. Nangyari ito. Parang hindi nakafocus. Ayan. Isa pa. So, dun lang dapat sa composite. Hindi dapat tatamaan yung natural tooth. Or in this case, typodont. Huh? See, it's ready. Okay. And you can make it shiny with the finer disc. So even without other polishing paste, just by using your polishing discs, by the color, it would make your restoration smooth and shiny. Why do you want to make your restoration smooth and shiny? To have a natural appearance and to prevent accumulation of plaque. To prevent accumulation of plaque. Okay, let's continue by making the restoration shiny. Excess po dito konti. So, ganyan. Okay? So, ideally, before you start your tooth preparation, you do shade selection. Okay? Shade selection, whether you use the shade guide, but you make sure if you're using the shade guide, you use the same brand of composite. If this shade guide is Pulfic, you use the composite of Pulfic para pareho ng shade. If you're using the Pulfic shade guide and you're using this Kerr composite, hindi ganon ka-accurate yung shade. Now, you will ask me, paano po yun, Doc? Eh, wala akong shade guide ni Kerr. Later, we will demonstrate. So, when you do shade selection, you make sure the tooth is clean, malinis, and nakafocus ba? Wet. Dapat wet. When you do shade selection, dapat basa yung ngipin at malinis. Then you check the shade. So here, in this brand, you start from A1, A2, A3, A3.5, A4, A5. Meron ding B shade, may C shade, meron din, ang maganda dito sa brand na to, meron naman siya opaque shade. Of course, dentine portion of the tooth is opaque. The enamel portion is translucent. Okay, so meron siyang OPA 2, hindi yan OPA na Korean. Ito naman, A2 na enamel to. So may opaque part ka, pag medyo malalim, tas may dentine portion na yung involved, you use the opaque part. And then outer portion, the enamel shade. Para mas may magandang translucency yung restoration. Ngayon, if you're using another brand without shade guide, you can do the cured resin technique. So, dito kunyari, ngipin mo, no, lalagyan mo ng isang shade. Kunyari, ito, A1. Lagyan mo dito. No etchant, no bonding agent, ha? No etchant, no bonding agent. Tapos, lalagyan mo ng A2 as Kerr din. No etchant, no bonding agent. Yan. Para malaman mo kung alin yung ka-shade dun sa i-cure mo, sa i-restore mo. And then, you have to cure the composite. Hindi pwedeng uncured composite, ha? Kailangan cured. Okay. So, let's cure the composite without etchant, without bonding agent. Less than 10 millimeters away dapat yung iyong tip. Lapit pa. Lapit pa. Ayan. Thank you. So, pag dyan, pipiliin mo na ba kung alin yung ka-shade ng ngipin? Hindi. Babasain mo muna. Kailangan wet. So, when you do shade selection, the tooth and the cured resin should be wet. Ngayon, alin yung mas ka-shade? Ito sa taas, yung A2. O yun sa baba na A. Sa taas is A1, sa baba ay A2. Okay, so mas malapit yung A1 dun sa typo dot. Okay, of course, different people have different shades of teeth. So, kung ang composite resin mo ay isang shade lang, whether madilaw ang ngipin mo o maputi ang ngipin mo, basta ito lang ang meron ako. Hindi naman pwedeng gano'n, di ba? So, magmumukhang halata yung restoration. Okay, so kung nakapili ka na ng shade, you can just remove this with your explorer or your any instrument. Okay. Kasi wala naman tong etchant, wala rin tong bonding agent. Yan, tatalsik lang siya. Okay. So, that's how we do it. Basic. In our next videos, we will demonstrate more advanced techniques in composite restoration. Comment down your questions or comment or other suggestions or questions para sagutin natin yung inyong mga concerns. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something today.